afternoon. Hello everybody. No matter what time you're watching this video, thank you for coming in and watching the content of my video. And so where am I? I am at Burger King. I'm waiting on my first client of the day. It is the answer to an obituary. So there's a lawyer involved. There's 5 pages, 1 signature, 1 stamp. And so we decided to meet at Burger King, where it was convenient for everyone. And right now I have a croissant with a sandwich, and this is my 1 of 3 today. I have 3 and I am going to knock them out. 9:30, 11 o'clock, and 1 o'clock. I am going to contact my 1 and see if I can move it up to maybe like 12-ish, because I think I'm gonna get through with my 11 quicker than I thought. So this is normally my weekend. Sometimes my weekends are empty and sometimes they are just flooded. But today, again, I have 3. I'm gonna knock them out. It's basically almost average out to $100 an hour. And so, of course, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna have fun. So the first one is the general notary work request, which again, it's the client confirming the answers that he gave to questions for his attorney. And the second one is a loan mod from First American Signature Services. And the third one is also a loan mod from FAS, First American Signature Services. So yeah, I am just sitting here waiting on my appointment, and I will catch you all when I get done, okay? All right, I am back, ready to go to the next gig. I am off to the next. So let me tell you a little bit about this one. When the signer got there, he was like, "Oh, is this the paperwork that I need to sign?" I said, "Yes, sir." He said, "Well, I've already went over these answers that I had given to my attorney." He said, "Do I need to really go over them again?" And it was about maybe 20 of them, because it was 5 pages. And then on the 5th page was his signature, and then of course the notarial block. I said, "Well, sir, if you want to go over them one by one, that's fine. If you don't, you can just sign and we'll be good." So he went through maybe like the first 5, and he noticed that they were correct, they were accurate, they were exactly what he gave his attorney, and he just signed. And then of course I did the, all of my little stuff as a notary, and keep in mind, this was a general work request. And so yes, and so we just hung around and talked just a little bit. So we got that taken care of. So I am on to the next. I will be back. I'm going to hit it, and I will be back to let you all know how this one turns out. Of course, this one is a loan modification for Rocket Mortgage, and it's for $120. Okay, so hold that dial. I will be back. here, and I am about 15 minutes early, so I'm just going to sit in the car for a few minutes and maybe just talk and rant a little bit about the notary business and how, in my opinion, the work is picking up, especially with loan mods. It's amazing because last night, it was like 8 or 9 o'clock. I got a notification to do a refi this morning. And of course, I couldn't do it because my schedule was already booked for the time that they wanted. But I have literally, for the last maybe month or two, have seen the increase of loan signings that have picked up. I also have seen a rush of power of attorneys that are being done by families, which is good. I think people are really looking into estate planning, and if they're not doing the entire packet, they are at least doing the POAs, which is good, because once your loved one is not able to understand what they're doing, let's just say that they are in the early stages of dementia, or they're just not able to understand and sign those documents, you are in trouble. And so I beginning to see now a lot of families, a lot of children are making sure that they have their health care derivative, their power of attorney, the wills, the testaments. They're literally getting this stuff wiped out. I've done like 4 this week, and it just brings about a good feeling that to know that people are literally taking care of their business. And so, yeah, so it's been a little busy this week. Like I said, I went from doing 7 to 14 this week. I don't know what that's all about, but I'm excited because last week I made my goal, or last month I made my goal. I did like 27, 28. And the first week of May, I did good. But for January and February and March, I was like at 17, 18, 19 per month. And I think my goal is 20 to 25 to 28 per month. Right, so you do 5 a week, and there's 4 weeks. So that's a minimum of 20, and then 20 to 28. So that's my goal. But for January, February, and March, I did not meet my goal for the entire month. I did good a few weeks, but then there's a couple of weeks that I did not do 7, or I did not do 5. But this week, I'm sort of kind of picking up the difference for those couple of months that I did not do well. So taxes are done. Taxes were done last month. They are good. Don't owe Uncle Sam, which is good. But I always put money up ahead for those estimated taxes, because I do not like owing taxes. And so, yeah, so, you know, while we're out here working hard, we just have to continue to keep our focus on what is necessary. Okay, so it's about 12:05. I'm going to go ahead and get out, go in, maybe pick up me a slice of lemon cake or a banana nut loaf, and wait for my customer, and I will check back in a little bit later. Okay, bye. What's up, everybody? I am back. Met a husband and a wife at a Circle K in actually 5 minutes for the entire process. 10 minutes max, because we did 2 copies of signing. The company that did this particular signing, which was First American, you always print 3 copies. You give the customer 1 copy, and they sign 2 copies. Each packet is about 15 pages. And that's this particular one. Okay, and so, yeah, I am done. I chatted just a few minutes with the signers. They have big plans for the weekend, so we basically got in and got it done. Very nice. As I was saying earlier, 99% of my customers are very nice. They're very friendly. They're just happy to get it done. And, you know, because most of the times, like now, banks don't do notarizations for their customers. I'm not sure why that changed, but I know during COVID, the banking rules and regulations and requirements and offerings and their customer service just changed dramatically. So most of my customers are very excited and happy that mobile notary even exists. So what am I doing now? I have one more, and it was scheduled at 1. And I called my signer and I asked her if we could meet at 12. And so she agreed to meet a little bit earlier. And so I am headed back in, and I am going to meet her at my favorite place, Starbucks. And so hers is also a loan mod, and we're gonna knock it out. And I am gonna be done for today unless I get another call or another email or another text message for loan signing or general notary work, which most likely it will be general notary work because I get a lot of GNW on the weekends. Okay, so yeah, this is the life of a notary signing agent, loan signing agent, whatever you want to call it. This is the work, but have not even really been 3 hours. This haven't even been 3 hours of work, and it's pretty much $75 to $100 an hour. Okay, so yeah, so that's what I do. I love it. I enjoy it. And yeah, so I will be back shortly. I'm gonna go ahead and eat up this highway. I have about maybe 10 miles to go back into town, and I will be back to let you all know how the last signing took place. Okay, I will be back. Don't you touch that dial. All right, I am back, and I appreciate you all hanging in there with me on my videos, basically giving you the life of a signing agent, as that's what I am. I'm not sure that I mentioned, but I am Ronnie. I am from the Sunshine State of Florida, and today has been a day. I have had 3 signings, and I am done. I completed the last one, which was a loan mod. And so technically what I wanted to basically just share and show, especially the new notaries, that you can do 2, you can do 3, you can do 5. Once you hit that notification and they accept you, then you are on your way to printing, prepping, and performing, okay? I call it the PPP, printing, prepping, and performing, okay? And so what I normally do, I normally print, I normally prep, and when I say prep, you know, if I have large signings, I use my stickies. So when I get to the signing, I already know where they're supposed to sign, where they're supposed to date, where I am supposed to notarize. And so it sort of kind of goes quick. So today, again, I had 3, and it went by quick. Now, my very first one was 5 pages. The 5th page was a signature. Basically, the signer confirmed answers that he had given to his attorney, and I notarized it. Of course, it had the block there, and I was on to the next one. The next one was a loan mod. The loan mod was Rocket Mortgage. Then from there, I came back to my jurisdiction and did another loan mod, which was Rocket Mortgage. Now, All of those three signings was, the three of them together was no more than 1 hour. But let's just say that they were an hour and a half totaled or 2 hours totaled. What I made was basically $90 an hour. And I think I did more driving, highway miles or highway time, than I did basically standing there with the signer, signing the documents and getting out of there. And what I will say is with loan mods, with Rocket Mortgage, they like for you to print 3 copies. 1 copy stays with the signer and 2 copies are signed and sent back. So you're spending like an additional 5 minutes on the signer signing those 2 copies instead of 1 copy. So if it would have been 1 copy, 5 minutes, boom, you're out of there. But even with them signing the 2 copies, which the 2 orders that I had, even with the one that I had at 9:30, I was still done with all 3 of them in 1 hour or less. But let's just say we're gonna add the driving time. That would have been almost 3 hours, which not quite 3, but almost 3. And so therefore, $90 an hour. You can do this, okay? Those of you that are trying to make it work, you're trying to figure out when am I gonna start? What am I gonna do? How I'm gonna learn these documents? How I'm gonna learn how to prep? Which printer should I get? Which document scanner works? While you're trying to figure out all the easy stuff and making it hard, it is not hard, okay? So life is fun with the notary work, okay? So basically, a day in the life, it can be fun, okay? You have to make it fun. And like I said, I enjoy what I do. This is what I did today. And again, less than 3 hours, almost $300, okay? All right, so I am gone. I just wanted to make this final video for you all. If you have any questions, drop them right there. Go ahead, before you even click off, subscribe to my channel if you are new, and like, share, hit the bell, like, share, hit the bell, like, share, hit the bell, okay? Subscribe, and then guess what? You will not miss my next video. Bye!